Right, we're going to do 4 different egg dishes, all in 10 minutes. Eggs are just such a wonderful, quick, versatile thing to use. So, first thing that we're going to do is a baked egg. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to use this wonderful red chard. So I'm just running my knife down the sides and taking the stalk out there. The stalks are wonderful if you braise them slowly in stock. They're absolutely fantastic. Or even through a tomato sauce or something. So I'm just going to roll these up like so and just run my knife through. So I'm just going to get them into a pan. Lovely. Next thing that I'm going to do is just in this pan over here, I'm going to start on our fried egg dish. So I'm just going to get some red onion, which I've sliced already, just into there to start caramelizing and crisping up, and I've just put them into the corner there so that we'll be able to use the main bit of the pan just for the egg. We've got our lovely little chard leaves here, just wilting down beautifully, absolutely fantastic. What I've got over here is just some leeks, which I cut into 4 just down the length of it, and I cooked them off in a little stock, a little bit of chicken stock, a little bit of water, and a little splash of white wine vinegar. What I'm going to do to finish it off is just a tiny bit of mustard, really nice whole grain mustard, and then just mix that through. Wonderfully sweet and unctuous, really delicious, really delicious. So now we've wilted down these chard leaves here, just going to get them into the bottom of this little ramekin. Lovely. And then what we're going to do is just pour in some cream. Double cream this is. Really, really delicious. Cream and eggs and greens and smoked cheese is a really, really nice way of bringing out all of their different flavours. They work together really harmoniously. I'm going to just gently crack that just onto there. So I've got the black pepper here, a little crack on top, lovely. A little bit of just a little smoked salt there, and then the smoked cheese just over the top. So we've got this fantastic little mixture of creamy greens with the egg and the wonderful smoky cheese on top. And that's just going to go straight into a preheated oven at about 180, 185. Lovely. What you might have also noticed in there, we've got a little portobello mushroom in there, cooking down with some thyme and some parsley. And that's also going to be for our little fried egg dish. Really, really elegant, really delicious. Now we've got these onions cooking down nicely. Just going to get a load of rosemary stalks in there. Really nice, so they start to crisp up. It's going to be really full of flavour, this fried egg dish. And this would make such a great vegetarian breakfast. You know, when you fancy, you know, you've got your sausages, you've got your bacon, but this juicy, rich mushroom with a fantastic crispy onions and fried egg, it's just really, really nice. So, we're keeping an eye on these crispy onions and the rosemary. It's smelling amazing. Rosemary just has that wonderful perfume as soon as it hits the pan. Right, so we've got our water boiling here for a little poached egg. I'm going to use a little bowl here. Just crack the egg into the bowl. The water's already got a little bit of vinegar and a pinch of salt in there. So we're just going to drop the egg in like so. So we're just going to get a little J-cloth out onto there, just so we can get these out the pan and get them drained off so we don't have them soggy with oil. That's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So we've got our little egg here. Just keep an eye on how it's going. Very nice. So we've got our little leeks over here cooking down, tasting really nice. You've got a sweetness that comes out when you cook down alliums, you know, leeks, onions, things like that for a long time, with the sharpness of the vinegar, the wonderful punch of mustard. Absolutely fantastic. Come back here to our lovely little poached egg. There we go. Just take her out and drain her off on there. Lovely. That's absolutely perfect. Right, so next up, we've got our pan here for a nice little scrambled egg. And we're just going to take a little knob of butter into the pan there and take it off the heat. You just want that butter to be foaming when you put the egg in. This one's nice and hot as well. Go back in with a little more oil. And we're just going to get our egg and crack it right into the oil. There we go. So what we're going to do is just get the salt and put salt all the way around onto the white. Fantastic. And just get the black pepper just over the yolk. So I'm just going to check our little baked egg, which is looking fantastic. At the same time, actually, I'm going to grab out this mushroom, and now you can see the garlic, the thyme leaves, just beautiful. Last thing that we're going to do is just do our little scrambles here. I'm just going to do a 2-egg scramble, and straight away just start to break it up and go through it. I like using a spatula for this. I think you can bring it in from the sides, and the way that I really like to do it is just let it sit there for a second to set up on the bottom, and you start to get these wonderful curds if you do that, and just bring it back through on itself, almost as if you're making the start of an omelette. Now we've got this egg over here, the fries. That's done, so we can take that out and drain that off of all its oil. And that's almost ready to go now. The egg's still, I can feel here, it's still hot. Just keeping an eye on these creamy scrambled eggs. So they're really prone to going overcooked, just like that, which the worst thing I think is overcooked scrambled eggs. So we've got some pepper in there, a little bit of salt. Yeah, really low. You don't want it to be, you know, bubbling away too much or anything like that. Some people like to add cream, creme fraiche, anything like that at the end. Me, I like the flavour of the eggs just to sort of sit on their own. So first thing we're going to put down is this wonderful roasted mushroom. Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to top that with all of those crispy onions and lovely fragrant rosemary. And then we've got that lovely fried egg there. So I've got the scrambled eggs here. I'm just going to fold through some salmon which I smoked earlier. It's a hot smoke. Fold that through right at the ends there so it stays nice and moist. And then I'm just going to onto our hot toast. Really nice. I'm just going to finish that off in a really, really classic way with just some chives, which I know are very classic, very traditional, but I just love that flavour. That's what my mum used to make for me on my birthday mornings, and I absolutely love that. That's just home for me. Really nice and punchy flavours. 2 dishes down, we're going to finish off. We're going to have these lovely little leeks, which we're just going to bring across and lay there really nicely. We've got our poached egg, and what I've got here is little Parma ham crisps that I made just literally by putting them in the oven with nothing else. and waiting till they crisp up. And now the last thing out of all of them is that amazing little baked egg. And just with a piece of toast on the side, that's all you need. It's really, really simple. It's just an assembly job, basically. And so there we have it, all in 10 minutes, but we've got a little roasted portobello mushroom with crispy onions. We've got wonderful crispy little nuggets of rosemary in there, wonderful and fragrant. My own little smoked salmon there, folded through some lovely scrambled eggs with chives. We've got vinegared leeks with a poached egg and crispy Parma ham on top. And then we've got this fantastic little baked egg in here with charred smoked cheese, cream. It's wonderfully comforting. So there we have it, 10 minutes, 4 egg dishes.